the life of Abraham has so many interesting personalities to it. And here, Abraham and Sarah, they're barren, don't have any children. And now what do we do? And they're trying to figure that out. You know, we can come up with a lot of ideas on our own as far as what we should do or how we should do something.
Yeah, God promised Abraham that he would make a great nation out of him, out of his name. And in the days in which Abraham and Sarai are living, that's a big deal. And yet no kids. And, you know, he's in his 80s, so is Sarah, and still nothing. So, like we like to do, take matters into our own hands. And that's exactly what happens in Genesis chapter 16.
How does that work out for them?
Exactly. Exactly. That is the question. It's actually Sarah's idea to have Abraham sleep with their servant Hagar so that they can conceive through her. That was not God's plan. Just because the narrative states it, it's not God's plan. And what ends up happening is they really mess things up. They invite drama and turmoil into their marriage, into their relationship with Hagar, and it actually does a lifelong of hurt.
Yeah.
It's that bad. And it's kind of 2 points in this study. Number one, that's what happens when we don't trust God's will and go about things our way by taking matters into our own hands. And secondly, it's exactly what happens when we don't honor God's plan for marriage.
Yeah, and marriage and relationships, any of that. So there's times that it seems God's plan just seems so impossible, so far beyond what we can even imagine or conceive of. And yet, here is a classic example of somebody that was way outside of what we would understand as normal. And yet God has no problem making his plan come about.
Yeah. If we think, you know, it's not that big of a deal to take matters into my own hands. God helps those who help themselves, you know, that sort of thing. If that is our thinking, I think this story will certainly teach us that actually, no, that is not the case. We usually ruin things when we take matters into our own hands.
Well, if we can just learn what actually is in Scripture versus what we perceive, and that's kind of along that same line. Well, I think they're going to get a lot out of this because we all fit into that realm of taking matters into our own hands.